What's up, Raider Nation? Hey, really excited to bring you this interview with Keith Smith, Crusader Raider, and Les Wilkie of Silver and Black UK. As soon as we got done with the interview, Keith reached back out to me and said, hey, I forgot to mention our folks north of the border, the great fans in Scotland. And so he wanted me to edit in a shout out to them. And so much respect to all of our Scotland folks, Colin, Kev, of course, of Scotland, Queen Haley, and the rest of you. Y'all know who you are. We could do an entire show of me listing off all the great Raider fans in Scotland. So you know who you are. There's many of you. And Keith definitely wanted to acknowledge you as great Raider fans and enjoy the game this weekend at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Raider Nation, welcome into the Fan Cave, the man that's become synonymous with Silver and Black UK. His Christian name is Keith Smith, but he goes most famously by the Crusader Raider, and he's got riding shotgun with him today. Les Wilkie from Silver and Black UK, going to talk a little bit about the Raiders playing in London when we go in there and beat the Bears in our home game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So welcome.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
There we go. So welcome to the show, Les and Keith Smith. Welcome in, guys.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Thanks for having us on the show today.
Absolutely. Great to have you. So let's get into your fandom a little bit. Like I said, you're kind of synonymous with Silver and Black UK. We've had so many awesome interactions with all of the folks over there, and usually around the time of the London game. And so really cool to talk to you. But tell me a little bit about your background as a fan. Where did Crusader Raider come from? What was the genesis of all of that?
Okay, yeah. Well, I've been a fan of the Raiders since 1980. My first actual game was in 89. And 15 years ago, I created the Crusader Raider character. It was the fact that having gone to Oakland for so many years, just wanted to have the opportunity to come there and stand out a bit different, because when we're all dressed in silver and black at a home game, they wouldn't know whether I was from London, China, or Germany, or wherever. So I decided to create a costume, which my wife made for me. The first one, I'm on version 2 now. And the Crusader Raider was created 15 years ago. And that first home game, we was playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So me turning up in red and white with just a little bit of silver and black on was not the best idea. But obviously, as over the years, having now been 15 years and done maybe, 60 to 80 games during that period, both home and on the road, now the character's well known within the Raider Nation, and very proud to be Crusader Raider. Why did I become a Raider? Well, I'll keep it as short as I can for you, but during the Second World War, after Pearl Harbor, my uncle volunteered. He was from El Centro, Southern California, and he came to London, and he met my aunt from East London. And when the Americans turned up into Britain in 1941, we'd been at war for 2 years and was on rations. And he turns up with chocolate and candy and knicker elastic and nylons. The poor girl didn't have a chance. She was hooked. And so they got married after the Second World War. He went back to the States. They were married for 57 and a half years and lived in California and in Washington. And so when their nephew visited for the first time in 1980, they were Raider fans. So Crusader Raider became a Raider fan because of my uncle in the States. And obviously the trips and the stories afterwards, it's the fact that now, done well over 100 games as Crusader Raider at many stadiums, always generally get a good reception, very proud member of the PFUFA, which is the Professional Footballers Ultimate Fans Association. I was inducted at Canton 3 years ago at the Hall of Fame, and won the award this year at the Hall for the Friendship Award for embodying friendship around the world and encouraging sportsmanship, charity, and just having a good time, as a Raider fan. So sometimes we get a little bit of a bad stick and a bad name, but, underneath our disguises, our uniforms and costumes, we're just all normal guys having a fun time and loving our team. And we're at 2-2. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate.
Absolutely. I love it. It's such a great story. I've often told the story about my own fandom on our show that the majority of my Raider fandom came from my uncles. And it really is a generational thing that we pass down. I'm passing it down to my kids. I know that your family's involved. You mentioned your wife helped you with your costume. Tell me a little bit about that, about how your fandom has taken root with the members of your family.
Well, my wife, she kindly made that costume, but turn the volume down, Murph, because she's a Redskins fan. Yeah, but
hey now. All
you
right.
can edit that bit out if you need to. But then
We'll
obviously
just
my daughters,
we'll just continue to reminder of January 22nd, 1984, when we beat the crap out of them in the Super Bowl.
often do. And then I've got two daughters. One, my youngest daughter, Kerry, she's a Miami Dolphins fan. She's having a bit of a tough time at the moment, bless her.
Ooh.
And then obviously my older daughter, Kelly, she's Crossbones Kelly, and shares in the things that I do and enjoys everything that we do together as Raider fans. And, people talk about Raider fans worldwide and the worldwide Raider Nation, and it truly is a worldwide Raider Nation. We're a testament to the fact that we don't live anywhere near Oakland, yet we're Raider fans, whether we're in Oakland, whether we're in Vegas, when we're in Los Angeles, we're Raider fans. And we love our team, we love our history, and we love the Raider Nation. And that's, the fact that we get to celebrate and enjoy that here in the UK. And I've been lucky, let's face it, I worked hard for 4 years, but I've been lucky to go to so many games, both sides of the pond. And, I'd like it if I had a better win ratio with record, but hey, I can't do much about the last 10 years or so. That's not my fault. We've turned up, and let's hope that we're turning that corner and that we can start to experience some success again as we go forward, especially with some of the youngsters we've got on the team now. We've got to have hope and believe that they're going to be our future, because we've made a few mistakes over the years when we think of some of our drafts and some of the players we took. We paid some big money for things that didn't work out. So let's hope that the decisions we're making are going to take us forward now, and we can enjoy what's going to be the next step.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Les, let's hear from you, buddy. How'd you become a Raider fan?
Oh, quite similar to a lot of fans in England in the mid-'80s. They started shutting the TV here on a Sunday afternoon. And one day I just saw these guys who were dressed in black with a pirate on their helmet knocking the hell out of this other team. And particularly, there was a number 75, blonde flat top.
Yeah.
Harry Long, my favourite player at the time. They're like Harry Long and Greg Townsend. And just my fandom just grew from then. And some of my family emigrated to Southern California not long after the Raiders moved to Oakland. But I used to fly over to my aunties and then fly up to Oakland. Went to first game in 2005. And then
met up, didn't we?
I met Keith 2 years later on the UK games. And ever since then, we've done, I don't know how many trips or games we've been to. Arizona, San Diego, Oakland, London.
Lots of great trips. We like to call them crusades rather than trips. We like to call them crusades. We're fighting our battle.
I love it. So, Les, have you been part of Silver and Black UK since its inception, or when did you get involved with that?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I guess we were part of the pioneers, because they used to be like me, Keith, Dave Chapman, and a couple of other guys. Only a few of us used to make the trips to Oakland. But over the last 15 years, when the Raiders came over in 2014, that's when Silver and Black UK exploded.
Okay.
I guess we're like the early pioneers, we call ourselves. And then a lot of other guys came on board, and Ollie, Greg does all the technical stuff. And so...
No, it's been a great journey, in as much as the friendships that we have as Raider fans here in Europe, and the chance for us to do annual trips over there. We supported the Blitnikoff crab feed, Fred Blitnikoff's crab feed, for the last 15 years. We've had representatives there. Silver and Black UK, as Les said, started in 2014, but we were going long before that as fans, and now this year we have 20 of us going over for the games against the Lions and the Chargers in Oakland. So there's 20 of us coming in with fans from London, and we've got friends from Silver and Black fans in Sweden coming in with us. So we got a nice contingent coming in to enjoy the last year in Oakland. We got to enjoy it because, we as fans, we've had that opportunity for years to go in there and experience the black hole. And obviously things are going to change when we go to Vegas, and we're going to lose a little bit of that change, but we got to move forward. We've got to move forward with that change because, we've done these things before and we've evolved, and we'll come out of it okay. But it's just, the disappointing thing for me with the Oakland situation, without sort of going into too much detail, was the fact that obviously there's some of those friendships that you may not see some of those people again. And I know you've got social media and that, but when you go around and tailgate in Oakland and you see families and people that you see year after year, and unfortunately, they're not going to be able to afford to go to Vegas, or they're not going to be able to afford a seat license and travel. And so that's the disappointing side. On the other side, we have friends that we've not met yet in Vegas to start the next part of that journey, and the fact that again we'll embrace what we do and we'll travel together, and the Raider Nation will be strong wherever we are.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more. Hey, you mentioned. Oh, go ahead, Les.
Uncle Moshe's. What happened in Vegas started in Oakland.
Absolutely. Raider, we're Raider Nation. We're just moving our capital. That's all.
Exactly.
We're just moving it to Vegas. So
again, I understand when people obviously you look on social media and sometimes people will say, "Oh, you're going to London again. Oh, we're going to Mexico. We're going to we're going to Canada." But people have got the same people have got to realise that there is Raider fans everywhere in the world. Other teams would love to have the fan base that we have. And that's why we are the worldwide Raider Nation. That other people can say this is welcome to Bronco country or Steeler this or whatever else. But the bottom line is it's true. It's true what it is around the world. And wherever I go and that, we meet people every time, at the events that we've got coming up in London, we've got people coming in from Sweden, Germany, Belgium, Finland, America, Canada, Ireland, Italy. It's not just the UK, and a lot of those people would never perhaps could afford to go to Oakland or could afford to go to Vegas, and to have that one chance to see the team, or as it's been back-to-back years. I know it's hard on the people who are a season ticket holder in Oakland, but by the same count, people who don't get a chance to see the team, that's their once-in-a-lifetime opportunity sometimes. And if they can take their kid to see the Raiders, and that keeps the spirit of the Raiders going throughout the world, then it's a good thing. And I apologize for anybody who's upset for me saying it.
No, you're absolutely right. And, we have listeners globally. Our show's heard in over 80 countries. One of the more prominent examples I can think of is that we have a guy who's become a good friend of ours through the show, Rico, and he's in the Canary Islands. And he talked last year about being able to go to the game for the first time and seeing the Raiders. And I'm with you. I mean, the Raider Nation is truly global. The fan base is global. And I think it's awesome that we're playing over there again. And you all do an amazing job representing Raider Nation over there. I commend you a ton for what you all do. I want to ask you about the London game coming up, but before we get to that, so are you all going to the Detroit game? Did I hear that right? You're having a lot of folks there?
In Oakland, yeah. I'm coming in for that game, and we have got a lot of folks coming. You up there that day?
Yes, we'll be there, and we're going to give our listeners. We've been raising money for the Bolitnikoff Foundation. We're going to present them with a check on Friday, and then we will all of us Raiders Fan Radio crew. We will all be there at the game, so we need to meet up.
Okay. Well, we'll be at the Crab Feed as well. Are you going to be doing that at the Crab Feed?
Yeah, we're going to be presenting our check at the Crab Fest. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yes. Crusader Raider will be there. Ollie will be there. Nick Patu, the Mad Hatter Raider, will be there. We have Oscar coming in from Australia. Crocodile Dundee Raiders coming in. We got Skane and the Swedish crew coming in. So yeah, we got some representation. Unfortunately, we don't have Mr. Wilkie this year. I'm very upset about it. But next year we'll be back. He'll be back on board. But so we look forward to seeing you on that night. I might have to trim my beard up now, so I'm as handsome as you, sir.
I don't know about that. Hey,
yeah. If you wonder where I am, I might be the one with a different accent.
Yeah. Well, and I'll be with Uncle Mosh. He's not hard to miss. You'll hear him laughing from 2 rooms away. So we won't be hard to miss. But I'll be there with Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, who's co-host of our show now, and then also the co-founder of Raiders Fan Radio, our cousin Sonny. All 4 of us will be there. So look forward to meeting you in person. That's gonna be great.
Fantastic. Yeah, look at our tables. We'll have the Union Jack flags on it and the silver and black UK flags. We'll have our table decorated accordingly, so you'll see us and we can party together, and then we can share a beer as well.
Absolutely. That's going to be fantastic. Look forward to it.
It's a deal.
Good deal. So let's talk about the London game. I'm aware of all your events, but I want you to talk about it so the listeners understand what you all have going on. Even the folks that aren't able to make it, tell them what you got going on, because you all do so much more than just show up and tailgate. You have a week's worth of events leading up to the game. So tell us a little bit about it.
So the first 2?
So the first 2, we're doing a haunted ghost walk of old London. So opportunity to stop in a few pubs. So Be good.
Yeah, the Ghost Walk, that's on Thursday the 3rd, and as Les says, we'll be visiting some of the old haunts, and but obviously you need liquid refreshment when you're going to do walking. So we're going to assist people to make sure that they have plenty of rest stops and opportunities to recharge as we go around haunted London.
And the more you drink, the more ghosts you see anyway, so it works out well.
Oh, it's something about the spirits.
Yeah, the spirits and the spirits.
Yep, that's what it is.
Friday, we've got the 2 world famous, I'll call them, London bus tours. So we've got 2 tours of London on the buses. People can see the sights. But normally it's just a bunch of Raiders fans chanting Raiders, letting London know the silver and black are in town.
Yeah, and the great thing about the bus tours is, yes, we have a lot of fun on there with music, and we decorate. It's an open top, old traditional red double-decker bus from the 1960s. Cool. We decorate in Raider flags, and we go around, and it's the reaction when you're driving through the centre of London and you see people walk. In their offices, and they look out their office window, and in previous years, there's a gorilla waving at them, or there's a knight waving at them, or there's a pimp waving at them, or there's, it's just crazy that they get to see what it is. And you pull up in traffic, and you pull up the side of another open top bus that's doing a regular London tour, and you see people on there saying, I want to be on that bus. I want to get off this bus, because it's a party bus and it's an opportunity to see the sights, and it's a chance for people to come out and have fun. And it's a chance for us to, again, sort of share the love. And obviously, when you're going through the streets, you see a Raider fan, you give it the chant. And obviously, you give the Bears fans a different kind of welcome.
Yeah. You don't use all your fingers for that one, right?
Exactly. Yes. It's an alternative message we're giving to them, but we still want to welcome them to London and send them packing off after Sunday night.
There we go, with the better draft pick because we've beat them, right?
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
About the Bears, I've seen UK Bears fans this week on social media saying, "Oh, shall we meet up in a pub before the game?" And then we're going. We've got ghost walks, we've got bus rides, we've got parties, we've got brunches. The Silver and Black UK, Bears fans are going to meet up in a pub. They don't do anything like the Silver and Black UK do.
And we've had Bears fans coming on and asking, can we come along and be with you? And we will let a couple of them in, because we don't mind the odd execution in London on game day. A bit of reenactment there. I can get the sword out for them. A little bit of taking them to the sword. But no, I think people are jealous. It's a lot of work. Silver and Black UK is a relatively small group of people, and we're all just regular fans. We do it because we love the fans, we love the team, and we love welcoming people to our city. And the fact that whenever we travel to the States, people do that for us. When we were in Arizona last year, or when we've been in San Diego or Seattle or in Oakland and that, when we go there, people look out for us and people help us. And so, we want to return that favour in London and help people. So we've been, the last 6 months, it's been nothing but telling people about travel, tourism, hotels, airports, how to get in, what to do, getting to Paris, but it's a chance to extend that friendship to a lot of people.
That's fantastic. Well, the warm welcome is definitely felt. We've heard nothing but just amazingly positive things about you all, and not obviously just for Raider fans, but just other teams fans that show up there as well. And you have a big mix of fans, right? Like, you'll have people at the game that aren't Bears fans or Raiders fans. They'll just be other NFL teams fans showing up, right?
Well, you'll see all 32 jerseys at the game, and it's not just people from London. There's people from all over Great Britain, people from all over Europe, because that is maybe their only chance to ever see a live NFL game. We've had people from every country.
Yeah, all over Europe and obviously Australia. It's just great to see people come to our city.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
So we have the Ghost Walk, then we have the buses, and then Friday night is the big one. It's the blackout party in London. We'll have hundreds of people at our party. It's at the Sports Bar and Grill in Old Street. We'll have music there. We'll have competitions. We'll have great food, great beer. We've got VIP areas for the booster clubs that are coming in from Germany and Sweden that are going to be joining us. JT the Bricks coming in to join us.
Hey, cool.
So John's going to be there, and it's an opportunity for people to have a proper party together, because sometimes there is other places that people can go, but to have the opportunity to bring together 300 to 500 Raider fans when you've come from all over the world, and just have a night of just enjoying each other's company and having fun. You know, it was crazy last year. Well, the last two have been crazy, and it's going to be crazy again this year. It's a great venue, you know, and you know, people can come and join us for that event as well. And the thing that we did, as I said earlier on, you know, it's all about making it affordable. You know, it's expensive to come to London, even though the dollar is so strong at the moment that it's killing us when we come to America. You know,
sorry about that.
Spend lots of money. Brexit is killing us. So people need to come there. But we've made everything affordable so that people can do it. You know, you can attend all 4 of our events, and it'll cost you less than $100. And over 50% of that is going to our charities, you know, the Blitnikoff Foundation and our UK charity partners. We support a special needs school here in the UK. So, you know, it's always about sort of, you know, number one, telling people about the Raiders, number 2, the friendship and the fellowship, and then charity and the opportunities we can do together. We can have a great time and then make a difference to the lives of others afterwards.
Wow, that is so cool. That's fantastic stuff. And y'all are going to have so much fun. So hopefully the results of this game are a little better than the last London game, which was a little rough. So what do y'all think? Let's talk about the team a little bit. Do we got a chance to neutralize Khalil Mack and come out with a victory in this game? I
mean, you've seen the size of big Trent Brown. He's twice the size of a house. Khalil Mack will have no chance. Khalil Mack, he's going to have trouble all day. And, of course, have the Bears got their starting quarterback even? We don't know.
No, I don't think he's going to play. It's going to look like it's going to be Chase Daniel.
You know, all we've got to do is feed Josh Jacobs the rock.
Yes.
And that's the W.
Yeah, and again, what the Raiders need to do this time, and they didn't do it the last 2 times they come to London, they got to own that crowd, because obviously, as you know, there is going to be lots of neutral fans there. So if the Raiders can come out and demonstrate that we can, you know, that we can pass and we can run the ball and we can be defensive, you know, you'll get those fans on board. Unfortunately, last year, obviously, you know, the blowout against Seattle, you know, you've got neutral fans there, you know, they're going to turn on the home team, because we got to make sure that Tottenham's new stadium, it's the first time an NFL game has been played at a purpose-built stadium outside of the US for NFL football. And we've got to make sure that stadium's going to be a Raider stadium this weekend. So it's about the team. If the team performs, they'll have 67,000 fans behind them. If the team goes slow, you know, we might have to really up our game to shut up the Bears.
Tell us a little bit about the stadium, because last year the game was supposed to be there, but it wasn't completed. You said it's the first purpose-built stadium. I didn't realize that. So tell us a little bit about the significance of this stadium and what it is.
Well, the NFL invested in the stadium, so it's become a purpose-built NFL stadium. About a month ago, they did trials for British kids to try and maybe gain scholarships. Wow. So that was the first time it was used, and I think it's similar to the Arizona Cardinals, where field is on above and the NFL is below. So the soccer field goes out and the NFL field is below. The changing locker rooms are all purpose-built for NFL teams. They've also got, I think similarly to a lot of stadiums now, where players leave the locker room, they've got the walkthroughs where fans can see the players as they go out onto the field.
No, it's a really great, it's a massive, great new stadium. It's the home of the new NFL Superstore in the UK as well. Jim Plunkett's going to be opening that on Saturday this week.
Wow!
Jim's going to be over with the Raiderettes, and as Les says, the stadium has been designed a bit like the Seattle one to keep the noise in the stadium. So when it's noisy, that 67,000 will sound like a lot more, and it's, you know, as fans, we're looking forward to going to Tottenham, and we're looking forward to getting a result this time. And that result against the Colts last week gives us a little bit of hope, because the week before we met up as a fan booster club, we met up in Brighton near where Les lives. And obviously we watched that Vikings game and we were thinking, oh my God, what's going on? But then obviously this weekend we sort of showed a bit of courage again and come out and got a result. So, you know, that's what we've got to show this weekend. We've got to don't give a lead, don't give away a lead. Let's stay in this game. Let's do what we do well. Let's get some first downs. Let's run the ball up the middle, and then then let Carl loose on the outside. Let him go and get that crowd going, and then we'll get a win this weekend. We're going to win.
Excellent. Well, it sure would be nice to get some dynamic plays like we had against Indianapolis. That'll fire that crowd up in a second. You start seeing things like end arounds and reverses for touchdowns and pick sixes and all that. That'll be great. Okay, so before we let you go, we like to play games here on Raiders Fan Radio, and so we do a game called This or That. Now, here's the rules. You can't ride the fence. It doesn't mean that one thing's bad and one thing's good. It just means you got to pick one or the other.
Okay. Is it one question at a time, or are you asking the question to me and Les at the same time?
No, I'll ask you one at a time. We'll go back and forth. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, Les, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Daryl LaMonica or Derek Carr?
I'm going to have to go with Derek Carr just because of my age.
All right. Mr. Keith, better nickname, Assassin or Snake?
Assassin.
Nice. All right, Les, Charles Woodson or Willie Brown?
Charles Woodson's my all-time favorite.
Nice. Keith, you ready for this one?
Yep.
Richard the First or Edward the First?
Richard the First. You know the answer to that one. The Lionheart.
I'm like, let's find out who the best English Crusader was here. My vote would be Keith Smith. You're the best English Crusader, but between those two guys,
I'll take it. And, you know, the short name of Richard is Dick, and I wouldn't want to be the first. So I'll be the first Crusader. Thank you very much.
Les, Wembley Stadium or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I haven't been to Tottenham. I have to say Wembley.
Wembley, okay. Keith, the Holy Roller or the Divine Interception?
Divine Interception.
Nice. Now, I'm going to depend on both of you for this one. I was looking for a really good pair of Raider nicknames that were English influenced, and I could only find one. I only could come up with Big Ben Davidson. Is there another good English? Give us something.
In honor of Mr. Branch, we'll have the White Cliffs of Dover.
Nicely done.
White Cliffs of Dover.
Nicely done.
That's my one.
Nicely done. All right, last one, and this goes to you both. Just win, baby, or commitment to excellence?
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
All right. Good job, fellas. Okay. Good job.
Okay, so just quickly before we go on,
yes, sir.
If people are interested in booking into the buses or the party on the Friday night on the 4th or the brunch on the 6th, because there's no tailgating at White Hart Lane Stadium. It's built in the middle of a residential area, so there's no tailgating. So that's why we host the brunch outside of the area, and then we travel up en masse, like 200, 300 of us travel on the train together, and that scares the life out of Londoners when they see 200 or 300 Raider fans on a Sunday morning. They're all off to church, and we're off to our cathedral. So if people want the tickets, please visit www.silverandblackuk.com, and we're glad to sort you out tickets. Help us with the planning, booking. Come and join us. We look forward to welcome you. If any fans still have any final questions before they travel over, feel free to message me on Facebook or Les, and just ask the question. We're here to help, because at the end of the day, we're all one family.
Excellent. We will definitely we'll include links to your website. We'll put those in our show notes, so everybody will have anybody that listens to this, they'll just be able to hit a link in the description and go right to it. So definitely check it out, Raider Nation. It's we love Raider fans on this show. It's why we call it Raiders Fan Radio. We love the way that fandom manifests in folks, and you all do an amazing job representing Raider Nation over there. Silver and Black UK, Keith Smith, Crusader Raider, Les Wilkie. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for holding it down for Raider Nation. Thank you for joining us here on the show. And go Raiders. Let's go in there and whip the Bears, huh?
You bet. Thanks a lot for having us. Great show. We love you guys. Thanks for what you do. And I'll see you in November.
See you in November. Look forward to it. Good deal, guys.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
Cheers, mate. Yes.